Hey, Bikeaholics, this is Ryan Erlacher. Got some updated information before we get to the regularly scheduled show. Some pretty unique information, and it's a reference to the June 26, 2014 shooting that occurred over at Nippers Restaurant over in Jacksonville Beach, Florida, around 2000 hours. Now, we reported on this, guys, back on episode 48, just the last episode. If you want to get that, of course, hit up episode 48 of the Law Abiding Biker podcast. If you're doing it from a computer, you can just hit lawabidingbiker.com/48. That will get you to the show notes and the episode. So since we released that, guys, I have been contacted they reached out to me, and that's a very high-ranking official member of the Iron Order Motorcycle Club. Of course, one of their members was, in fact, involved in that fatal shooting over there. So they reached out to me. I really, really appreciate it. And that's what the law-abiding biker community is all about. They're, helping each other and talking to each other and on what's going down. Now, here's some information that I'm going to release to you guys. And this is just kind of a quick press release. We didn't get into any details, but I have been going back and forth with actually the high-ranking official and then another member. So it's been very, very good and some good talks. But again, none of the major details, of course, and we'll get to why on that right now. So I do want to clear up that some of the information I received from the Iron Order Motorcycle Club is, I think we called Nippers a bar. It's not a bar. In fact, it's a described as an upscaled family type restaurant. So if we did call it a bar, we apologize. Probably some missed information there. So it's an upscale family restaurant there. It's the first time they did have bike night, and the owner says it will be the last, unfortunately. Now, the patrons that were there that night, they really weren't bikers. Just a lot of families and things like that going to this restaurant, which is very routine. In fact, the witnesses in this incident, which likely a lot of witnesses, were not bikers at all. Families and so forth were there. We will say that the videos, the witness statements, and the forensics evidence and common sense will likely speak the truth, guys. So as we stated in episode 48, let's just hold on and let's wait for the facts. And they are working, I'm certain, expeditiously over there. The PD, state's attorney's office and all that on getting it all squared away. They are the proper authorities to be investigating this, not the public opinion and some of the very incredible resources that are out there online. We talked about some of those in episode 48. The Iron Order, they are a law-abiding biker club. They're very open. If you guys want to hit up their website, do so. In fact, they're very, very open about what they're about. They have pictures of themselves on there. They're not secretive. They're not secretive like our outlaw motorcycle gangs are, and their websites are pretty pitiful and really useless because they have no information on it. But the Iron Order is a law-abiding biker club, and is stated so in our communications. So check out their website. Their brother that was involved in the fatal shooting was not in custody. So he is free right now. And like I say, it's being investigated. So this particular individual, he stated that he would be more than happy to do an interview. That's right, guys, right here on the Law Abiding Biker podcast. Now, it's going to take a little bit to do that interview, and I get it why. They want to wait, and I probably would agree with them there because I am the president of a club too, so I get it, although we want to get information right now. Everybody wants it out there in the law-abiding biker community. He's going to wait, and he wants to do an interview really bad, but he is going to wait. Doesn't want to interfere. The club doesn't want to interfere or disrupt the investigation at hand that is being conducted by the proper authorities. So they're going to let the PD and the state's attorney office do their job. He says as soon as the facts, the true facts from, again, all the evidence, the videos, witness statements, all the forensic evidence, common sense and all that, once the facts of the shooting actually come out publicly, we're going to stay in touch, and he's going to be in touch with me. And at that point, guys, we will do a full interview. So look forward to that. And guys, he thanked me a lot. That's why they reached out to us, because of the fair and balanced coverage that we gave it right here. No other place than the Law Abiding Biker podcast. We're not biased one way or the other. We still aren't right now. Like I said, didn't give me any, facts. Just what I told you right there is some of the highlights, and I wanted to do that. because I appreciate them reaching out and letting the law-abiding biker community, because we are the motorcycle majority. We are the 99%, and we rule the motorcycle world, guys. Know that. And by us reaching out to each other and using this platform, getting the information out there, we're all going to help each other. We're all going to learn from this thing. It needs to be done properly, of course, and that's why he's gonna wait on that particular interview. But hopefully sooner than later, we'll get this all wrapped up. The truth will come out. And like I say, we can all talk to each other, learn from each other, and all that kind of good stuff. But yeah, he was very pleased about the fair and balanced coverage. That's what we strive to do here at Law Abiding Biker Media. And we think you guys deserve that if we're going to be, somewhat of the platform. And we hope we are a trusted source here in the Law Abiding Biker community, that we're not going to jump to one side or the other. Regardless that we're law abiding bikers, we're still not going to jump to either side. We're going to let the authorities do their job. So there you go, guys. That's an update. Stay tuned. Look forward to that interview, exclusive interview, when we get a chance and the time is right. All right, guys, enjoy the show. Law Abiding Biker Podcast. Let's do it, do it, do it. Feel it. That's right. Welcome back, fellow bikeaholics. Glad you checked back in. This is the podcast, after all, for the big MM, the motorcycle majority. That's right, the podcast for the
99%.
Oscar, attaboy. I got to ask you, what are you waiting for, bikeaholics? Mount up already. Let's go for a ride, huh?
It's time
to ride. That is right. You guys should be riding. If you're not riding, you should be thinking about riding. If you're not thinking about riding,
we can help you out with that.
That is right. We're going to help you out either way. This is Ryan Erlacher, your host of the Law Abiding Biker Podcast, and your
high-tech redneck.
There you go. And Oscar, the man, the myth, the legend. Studio left. What up, Oscar?
What's shaking, yo?
I don't know, dude. Your second episode in the studio, since we got all the new equipment.
That's awesome.
You got to use the show notes, the last episode, up on the flat screen TV that comes out from the wall. What do you think? What say you?
I'm acclimated to it now. It's good. I like it.
There you go.
It's not a 3.5-inch screen iPhone.
Right.
That shuts off every 2 minutes.
Right. Where you have to re-enter your code. True. Right. And you get to see exactly what I'm looking at on this computer. Now, my other laptop is my soundboard. And I do have some other processes going on over here on my laptop, but that goes into the mixer. But this main iMac is all about what articles I have up. It's got the show notes. And so for the most part, you get to see exactly what's going on and where I'm at.
One thing that would make the big flat screen better is some pictures of some of the nippers you were talking about.
Yeah.
That'd be better.
And like I say, I may bring weird things up from time to time to throw your game. Because
we need to set some boundaries on what
a serious conversation and you're making sense. I know it's wrong, and I'm going to throw something up there. I can't wait to do that to Lurch and LD and Popeye and all that, dude. You know who we need back in the studio, dude? Straight up.
Oh, yeah.
I wonder how he's feeling.
What did he say?
I wonder how Sarge is feeling about the 2 episodes he did and the little mix I did. He has not responded to that yet. Now, I was going to go up there, and probably shortly I'll be riding up there to the North Crew, but he might just snipe me when I'm coming in town. Just saying.
And he sometimes mumbles, so I kind of asked him, "Hey, what'd you think?" And I didn't get an impression it was a good mumble.
No, he said he wasn't going to listen to it for a while,
right?
Because he was a little worried about what he did.
What did he just put all those things aside and get on your bike?
Put all that aside and ride.
That's right.
Yeah, dude,
that was awesome.
Yeah, the word processor, and cell phones. Could you imagine a world without cell phones?
We were just up there too. The wife and I rode up and met those guys.
Did you?
But we didn't.
That's
talk
right.
about
I couldn't go.
Yeah.
Yep.
That was a good ride.
Jeff was up there.
Yeah.
And Popeye.
Yeah.
How about Mike?
Yep.
Oh, and how about Greg?
Nope.
Or Kelly? Sorry.
No Kelly.
Oh, really? Okay. Well,
we did. I changed the oil on.
You got 3 of
Popeye's
them.
bike. Yeah.
That's good. Okay.
Yeah.
I know he's been busy. He's got a new assignment.
Yeah.
All right, guys. So we've got a pretty packed episode for you guys. I told you for a couple of them. This is going to be all over the place, guys. That's how we roll here at Law Abiding Biker Media. And podcast, because we've got just a ton of emails, and we're going to try to get through them because I've been promising you guys we're going to. And so it's just going to be about a whole bunch of topics and emails that people have sent in. I do quickly, have you, of course you did, because I told you about it. What do you think of that new app there, Oscar?
It is fantastic.
Yeah. And that is the iPhone, because you have an iPhone. So
right.
Oscar has the iPhone app, and you guys can get it too. Really, it's not about making money, guys. In fact, on the Android side, it's free. And on the iTunes side, it's I have to look. It's either $1.99 or $2.99. I can't remember what it's priced, but it's worth it. And you get content free. And if you're listening to this episode on it, you know that this episode is out only on the app days before it ever hits iTunes or any of the other major platforms. Only from the app can you get everything early. You'll get additional content in time, which I plan on doing. And you get the show notes right there. You can hit the call button. If you hear something interesting that you want to comment on, you can just hit the little phone button, bam, like that. You call through, leave us a message. You can really interact via Facebook. It's just all right there at your fingertips. Like I said, guys, we're not making a bunch of money. In fact, I only get 50%, half of what those sell. So you're talking about $1.99 or $2.99 app. I can't remember off the top of my head, but and then free on the Android side. So that's just to help pay for that service and all that kind of stuff. But the way you get it, guys, I have it all squared away now. I know there was some confusion. I said it last episode. It is still squared away. Just go here, lawabidingbiker.com/app, APP. There's directions there. Very simple for Android or Apple products, iPhone, iPad, things like that. All right. On either of them, actually, on the Android side, you cannot get it on the Google Play Store right now, guys. You can get it at the Amazon storefront, which all Google device owners can get, either order apps from Amazon or the Google Play Store. So make sure you go to the right app store. Very, very simple. If you don't have an Amazon app account, on that link, lawabidingbiker.com app, there's instructions, tells you how to do it. It tells you whether you have Android, whether you have Apple. It tells you exactly what you need to do and which storefront you need to go to. There'll be no confusion. So there you go, guys. I cleared it up. I wanted to get that out there. I've had a lot of emails. I did not realize it was not on the Google Play Store yet, but you can get it for Android right over at the Amazon store. It's a standalone app on the Amazon store. On iTunes side, you download the free Podcast Box app. Then once you download the free Podcast Box app, then within that, you can get the lawabidingbiker.com podcast, along with any other of your favorite podcasts that are on board with the Podcast Box app. It's getting fairly popular. All right, guys, again, everything there early and additional content. What say you about that, Oscar?
Yeah, it's great. The old, whatever I was using before was slow and it wasn't down. They would come out and you guys would talk about them like, where is it?
Oh, yeah.
I can't find it. And now I can find, they're always just there.
Yep. They pop up there first.
Mm-hmm.
And it's good because that's all it's dedicated to.
Mm-hmm.
And again, show notes, phone, all that stuff's there. All right. Do we want to, we're going to do some emails, but actually we have a really cool new video out, guy. It is completely free. We have been throwing the free content at you guys, and and we appreciate it. The donations help with that, guys. We keep upping our equipment, video equipment, things like that. We want to make higher and higher quality stuff for you guys. lawabidingbiker.com/donate if you feel like doing that, or lawabidingbiker.com/Patreon. You guys know all about that. That's the Patreon page where you can donate a certain amount per piece of content we put out. You can give like $1, and we put out like 3-4 podcasts a month. So you're in the hole for $4. And you can put a cap on it. So if we did put out 10, you would still only owe 5 if your cap was 5. So there's no risk.
If we get enough donations, can I finally get a stunt double?
Nope.
Damn it.
It takes the realism out of it, dude. People watch us because we're real.
I've been injured
And they listen
so many
to us because
times.
we're real. We don't put fake. Yeah. Don't worry about it, dude. I've got insurance, bro.
Oh, even better.
Lab Media insurance for accidents that happen while we're working on bikes. Your wife will be very,
Right.
very taken care of
That's-
personally
I don't
by
know.
me.
I don't know what that means. I don't like
I'm
it.
just
I
saying.
don't like it.
Don't worry about it, bro. I've already had talks with her.
Brown
I
chicken,
will
brown cow.
But anyways, guys, yeah, the support, and that's why we're coming out with all the free videos, and we want to do more with the new equipment we got and get them to you guys. New camera I got and higher definition videos, all that good stuff. But we did a new, and the tech mount video was actually done with a little bit older equipment, but it's still very valid video. The tech mount, we did a blog when we first started, not long after we first started up, about the RAM mount, cell phone motorcycle mount. And we have since discovered, and I'll be honest with you, this tech mount got sent to me. A guy contacted me, and seems like a super good guy, and he sent me the tech mount. And it's a cell phone motorcycle mount for your smartphone. RAM is very popular, but as you'll find out, they're very cumbersome compared to this. I was not aware of this. He made me aware of it, and I will tell you guys, I'm never going to sell you something that I don't believe in. And I told him, listen, send it. But I told him in an email, I said, we aren't going to put out to our audience anything that we don't believe in. Ain't that right, Oscar?
True that.
We're not going to lose your guys' trust. So no matter if somebody sends me something free or not, I don't care. I didn't even put it on my bike. I put it on LD's bike. So the fact that he sent it to me free means nothing. I told him I would try it, and I would honestly report on it because I don't, I like to give valid information to this audience, I think, which is why we have such a big audience, because we don't pull the wool over anybody's eyes. We tell you guys exactly what we're doing here. But he sent it, and I'll be quite honest, he doesn't sponsor the show right now or anything like that. Hopefully in the future, now that I really like this mount and I believe in his company, I believe in this, because I've done some digging and figured it out for myself. Hopefully he'll sponsor the show in the future, but who knows? I do just have an affiliate link. If you order it through him, I do get a small kickback, but really it's not going to make or break the show. But if you want to read all about it and see the video, lawabidingbiker.com/cell phone motorcycle mount. You'll see the blog I did originally on the RAM mount. You'll see the blog I did on this new tech mount. And you haven't seen it, have you yet, Oscar? We were talking a little bit about this.
Dude, your timing's not very good.
Oh, were you texting?
No, I was about to pull it up on the internet.
Oh, okay. We'll go ahead and pull it up.
All right.
Now, as far as this tech mount goes, I'll just tell you really quickly so we can get into our main content. But this tech mount, guys, you can get several different versions and models, but it is much sleeker. And again, I'm not trying to sell this to you guys. It's up to you. Just look at it and make up your own mind. Make up your mind on the video. But it is much sleeker. It comes with a case for your particular cell phone. It comes out of the case super easy, because that's some of the things I worry about. I don't always want a big case. It pops out real easy if you want, or you can just leave it in the case. It's actually a very nice case that comes with it. The ball joint is it operates very smoothly on the ball joint. The RAM is very big. It's bulky. It's rough when you're trying to adjust it to different positions. This particular mount we got was chrome. It's smaller. It's just all the way around. I was I have to say, I was very surprised, because I've been using RAM mount, and they're, I think RAM mount, although they're big, as far as their company, and they get a lot of Google hits because they've been around for a while, they're really outdated on a lot of stuff.
Is that it?
Yep, that's it.
So I already see one advantage over what I have now.
And what do you have right now? You don't even have the RAM mount. What do you have, bro?
Well, I had I don't know if it was a RAM mount or the M mount. I got something.
Yeah, but go ahead.
Oh, I got something. It was terrible. And so I ended up getting a life-proof case for my iPhone, and they're 100% waterproof.
You can get those at Best Buy and stuff, guys.
Yeah, absolutely, you can. And they come, so of course they're proprietary. They're handlebar mounts and belt clips, and there's a whole bunch of stuff. So I got the handlebar mount, so I can take it back and forth to my motorcycle, my mountain bike. And I was riding down I-5 one day, and guess what vibrated loose?
Yeah.
The handlebar mount. But it'll only happen one time. I've probably been using it for, I don't know, 15 or 16,000 miles. It happened once, but looks like this one actually bolts onto the clutch perch or the brake perch.
Yeah, right. This one does, it does either. We did it on the clutch side. And you'll see that on the video. If you go to lawabidingbiker.com/cell phone motorcycle mount, you'll see the video there. But we did it to LD's clutch housing. And you just take out actually the clamp, the kind of C clamp that goes around the perch or whatever.
Screws, yeah.
Yeah, you take those perch screws off and it gives you new screws because they have to be a little longer. And bam, you tighten it right in there. And then, of course, you put the phone in the case. And then the back of that case has a very specific mount that fits right over that ball joint. And it snaps on beautifully, and it is so smooth. That's the thing I really noticed between the Ram. Number one, it's smaller, and number two, the smoothness of that adjustment. And it's just smooth.
So it just pops on and pops off.
I spit on it. All right, never mind.
What were we
it pops on and pops off. Yeah, you take the phone and it pops right off the ball mount, and you pop it right back on the ball joint, I should say. Yeah, it's slick, guys. Look at it. See what you think.
Yeah,
and I will say that the case that comes with it is proprietary too, because it's only going to fit. I mean, you could use the case standalone, just like the life proof. But if you want to, it's going to only snap to their ball mount.
Right.
But okay, I get it. So you guys make your decision. I think it's very reasonable priced. I don't have an exact price on it, depending on what model you get. Anyways, if you guys want to get it, of course, you can watch the video. I already gave you those URLs. If you want to support us, we do get a small kickback. If you do decide, it's completely up to you. We don't push anything on you guys. But if you do need a cell phone motorcycle mount, I highly suggest looking at it. Head over to lawabidingbiker.com/powersportsus. That is the internet site. That'll give anything you order from that point on, we'll get a small kickback. But it's powersportsus.com. And, yeah, I'm looking at their website now. You see it there, Oscar?
Oh, see, look, and they've got a handlebar mount.
They do, right there. They do. Oh, did you ask me that?
No, I just...
They do. You can mount it just to your handlebars, guys. You do not have to do the perch mount or mount it to your clutch reservoir or your brake reservoir. You can actually just do the circle type handlebar mount. And let's see, they're fairly new, but seems like a very solid company and very solid as far as how they're building it and just how they're doing business. So
and they've got a huge American flag on their website, and that you got to appreciate that.
Absolutely, family owned and operated right there. And about us here and mount and guides. Here's products there. It looks like, and they're still, I look at it every now and then, so they're moving on up. But cell phone cases, Jeep gun racks, motorcycle mounts, radar detectors, jammers, park and move, tie down straps, power outlets, and it looks like they're adding products all the time. And then they've got mount guides for motorcycle camera mount guides. So if you want to mount your cameras, your cell phones, your GPS mounts, they've got motorcycle radar detector mounts and guides. Whole bunch of stuff on there, guys. Again, lawabidingbiker.com/powersportsus. Check it out, guys. Check the video out that we made. I think it's really good. And hopefully it will guide you on what you want to do. There's a lot of stuff out there, but like I said, Ram mount right now gets all the Google hits, so I never got to these guys, but they are, and actually, I will say, let me do that real quick. I didn't mention that. As far as the products, let's see, cell phone cases, motorcycle mounts. The actual motorcycle mounts that they use are not theirs. So Power Sports US is not making the tech mount. They are a distributor of the tech mount. So you can also, if you want to check out more, you can always look up tech mount. You can actually get the tech mount website. But as far as I know, tech mount doesn't sell them directly from their site. They put them out to distributors like this. They've got some videos on here. Again, it's the tech mount is what it is, and you can get it through Power Sports US. So good enough on that, guys. You have any questions on that, Oscar? Anything you think the listening audience wants to know?
Nope.
Just like that, huh?
Just like that.
All right. Let's talk about, you want to do a couple donations there, buddy?
William Albright of Waianae, Hawaii. I think I got that right.
Yep.
Thanks, William, for the donation.
William Albright. Thank you, buddy.
We appreciate it. Lionel Rodriguez of Hollywood, Florida.
Lionel. Or is that Lionel?
It could go either way.
All right. Lionel Rodriguez.
Hollywood, Florida.
Hollywood, baby.
That's what I'm talking about.
Florida.
Right. Like Pittsburgh, California.
Yep.
Hey, thanks for the donation. I'm going to kill this guy's last name. Marcin.
That's why I'm having you say it.
Skozailis of Brooklyn, New York. Is that Polish?
I don't know,
I'm pretty sure it's Polish. I'm not. Sorry,
but he's
Marcin. But thanks for the donation. Sorry I butchered your name, bud.
Yeah, thank you so much, guys, for the donation. And how do they donate if they want to donate, buddy?
You go to lawabidingbiker.com. Oh, wait a minute.
/
Donate.
There you go. Don't even have to have it on the screen for you, man.
Right.
You were looking at the screen. You don't need to, buddy.
Boy, I almost said
I got your back.
/ Harley Heated Grips.
Nice.
It's sort of distracting still, but I'm acclimating slowly.
So with all the tons of free podcasts, tons of free videos we've been putting out for you guys, of course, we're trying to help because a lot of the donations, we use them, but I still am using out of pocket to up my game here. But that's okay. So I have to sell some stuff, guys, and yes, I do. And we made a really awesome video. Lurch and I wanted to put heated grips on. I know it's summer.
I wish I would have been there for that.
Oh, dude. But if you ever need the video, I'm telling you,
yeah,
we will save you so much time. Yeah, we were going to do it, and then me and Lurch just with schedules ended up doing it. And I will say, Lurch, because I know him from, we used to work together. I've switched agencies now, but we used to work together. And let me tell you, we did a lot of interdiction type stuff, and we were always finding false drug compartments and whatnot. He's a wiring master. Mm-hmm. And let me tell you, the guy can solder. His dad did that for he was an electrician.
Right.
His dad taught, the guy can solder and route wires. And I'll just tell you guys, I put heated grips on my bike. Awesome. Awesome.
Who turned you on to that?
You did.
Who led you in that direction?
You did.
Give me some love.
Absolutely. I had heated gloves before, and I know it's summer, guys, but I wanted them on. They're great for summer too, for those cold nights. And it's just nice to have. You never have to switch gloves.
If you only knew how much these guys made fun of me for having a heated seat and heated grips.
I got both now. Not going to lie.
That's what I'm talking about.
I'm getting old, apparently, but I will say on the heated grips, let's break this down a little bit. A couple things I want to get out to you guys. All right. There are some other products out there.
Oh, yes, there are.
I will tell you guys, we will not always steer, and tell me if I'm wrong, Oscar, but hear me out and then put in what you think. This is my advice, and Oscar's not afraid to break me down if he doesn't agree with me, which is what I like. I will steer you guys towards different aftermarket products, and there's better deals and better companies. I will tell you from the research I did and from what I know, and from what I know with these grips, on heated grips, guys, there is a lot of junk out there.
Oh, dude. Yes,
Be careful.
Is.
And when you type in heated grips for your Harley, you're going to get all kinds of kickbacks with Google rankings and YouTube videos where they're putting out YouTube videos and showing you how to install them. I'm just saying, on this particular deal, on heated grips, I would just spend the little bit of extra money, get the Harley-Davidson brand heated grips. They're made to go with the bike. The way you control them is a lever on the end. You don't have to put a separate box like these other aftermarket cheap grips. It's all turned out very, very small on the end of your hand grip, your left hand grip, and it's sleek. They work great. I still have not turned mine up all the way. They actually get freaking hot.
You know what happened? And
what?
And I'll save you guys some time. I already did this research. Harley, whoever makes their heated grips, because Harley doesn't, they had a manufacturing flaw for about 1.5 years. So if you research Harley heated grips, you're going to get a whole series of blogs about dudes complaining. And it's true. Guy I work with had the same problem. He went through 2 sets in a year. As far as I can tell, and I've had Harley heated grips on 2 different bikes. They've corrected the problem probably 3 or 4 years ago. So I think a lot of people got scared away from the Harley heated grips because they legitimately had some manufacturing issues for a period of time. I think it was probably like 2001 to 2004. And so that, of course, I had one problem, so condemn the entire thing. But their heated grips are probably the best on the market. The only thing comparable is a totally different system, and it's kind of weird, and it fits inside the grip.
I don't like that, dude. I'm just going to steer people away from that.
And
that's me, though.
No, I agree. I agree with you 100%. The Harley heated grips are worth it. They work well. I've had mine. I've ridden in temperatures below 30. I've had mine all the way up, and they get hot and they work well. And mine, I haven't had any problems with them. Like any other manufacturer product, you might get a bad grip here or there, but I've had 2 sets on 2 different bikes and they've been great and they're well worth the money. They are a little bit more expensive, but you can actually get some cool designs and chrome and all kinds of stuff, or you can get the basic all rubber ones. I agree with you 100%. The Harley ones are the way to go.
Roger that. And of course, Harley Davidson does not support us. I mean, they don't sponsor. I don't know if they support us, but they don't sponsor us at all. So we're just telling you guys that. I will often steer you away from Harley stuff because you can get better deal aftermarket. But with heated grips, you're playing with wiring, you're playing with heating elements. These other heated grips you guys are going to see, and if you do Google it, you're going to come up with all these videos about these. I won't even say the name, but it's an element that goes inside your handlebars.
Right.
It's supposed to heat through the metal into your stock grip and into your hands. And you have to drill holes in your handlebar to wire them. And then the dial to adjust them is not even on the end of the grips. You got to put a separate box on your handlebar.
Yeah.
Junk to me. That's just me.
Yeah,
Call me wrong. I'm sure there's guys listening right now. They're going, I have them. You're full of crap. And that's cool. That's just me.
The adventure bike ride, some of the adventure bike forums I read, they like those.
Probably because they don't make them for, or do they? You know what I mean? Like manufacturer grips. A lot of those bikes don't
have it. Right.
Right. So they have no choice. In that case, use them.
Right. Well, and they're riding through mud and muck and all this stuff. And so, a set of handlebars on some of those bikes is not as expensive, but
right.
The Harley one, I'm with you 100%.
All right. That's good to know. And I didn't know about the problems. So I will tell you these work great. And this video, guys, is for sale, but it was probably the hardest video we've made. Not only in angles and the things I needed to do, but just in the sheer length.
The technical ability.
Oh, my God.
Pretty technical.
That I had to go through to explain it in a matter that understands. And let me tell you guys, do not get afraid of this. If I had this video, we could have did it in 3 hours. But I was making the video and we were making mistakes. And on the video, you'll see, we show you the quickest way to do things. We did things a little bit slower, but then when we figured out, hey, by the way, guys, don't take this off. Take this off. It's much quicker. We show you. And the video, once you get it and you understand, let me tell you just the instructions that come with them, guys. If you order Harley heated grips, the instructions, just throw them away. I read them like 5 times the night before. I read them that morning. Lurch read them. We literally were pulling our hair out. They make no sense. I talked to the dealership. They said the instructions are a joke. They had to figure the heated grips out through trial and error.
Well, and even if you get the service manual, and I can tell you because I've had 2. I have 2 now. Even the service manual, there must be stuff somewhere in a secret envelope,
right,
that fills in the gaps in the service manual, because the service manual doesn't even cover everything step by step.
And you know what's awesome? In these instructions, bro, it says a couple times in this section, refer to the
service manual.
The service manual. Yeah. We're like, we don't have a service manual.
Refer to Harley part number,
right,
19236-14.
Yes,
right. They're not even out yet. No, I don't have them. That's awesome.
Good point, dude. So you guys, but I'm not telling you this to sell my video, guys. I wouldn't do that to you. If I had this video, it literally will take me 3 hours now because we did all the frustration. We found the wires. We found the things that you need. We found what the instructions didn't tell us, but we had to do it through some trial and error and wire testing and things like that. I actually, on this video, Oscar, you don't know yet, but I actually did a screen recording of my computer to start the video out. And it shows you, I made diagrams on a Keynote, and it shows you, once you see a diagram and I show you exactly where the wires go and why they go where they go, there's actually not that many wires. And you're like, duh.
Right.
I mean, seriously, I would have been like, oh, that's freaking stupid. That's easy. Right. Well, let me tell you how long it took us to figure this out.
And for the listening audience, you guys need to know this, because our host, he said, hey, I told him, hey, I got to work till 6. He says, hey, we're starting like 9 or 10. I says, well, I'll just come over when when I get off work and you'll still be working. He says, oh, no.
It takes the Hardy dealer 3. It should take us like 5.
Right.
That's what I told you. Yeah.
Yeah. Nope. I says, well, just call me. I'll come over after work because it's going to take like 15 hours.
I should have took you up on it.
I wished I would have been there. And I watched when I bought my bike, my new bike, my 13. I just had the dealership do all that because they said they would warranty everything that they put on it in the shop when I bought it. So I'm like, good enough.
Well, yeah, if you're doing it at that time and you have the money.
Right. And so I watched one of their lead mechanics, a good dude, good mechanic. And I walked in one day. He was doing actually the heated grips, and I got taller bars, but
They pissed those guys off.
I know they hate them.
They don't tell them how. You think? I don't mean to keep your thought. Harley mechanics, you would think they would be trained exactly how to put heated grips on. Harley doesn't teach them how to do that.
No.
They get the grips and they have to read the instructions and try to make sense of them,
And
just
this-
like we do. People
This
don't
guy
know
had
that.
his own. He made his own wiring diagram on his own, and I said, "Holy cow, that is a mess." And he goes, "It would be if I didn't make my own wire." You know, he's done so many of them. He made his own wiring diagram, and I'm like, he showed it to me. I'm like, "Wow, that's pretty easy." And he goes, "Yeah, that's why I made it."
It is easy.
Yeah,
I don't know why, but I did it for Harley again, as I've done with other videos like the boombox. They don't do it.
Right.
And they don't make sense. They do try to do it, but they make it too technical.
it's ridiculous.
When you see my diagram, guys, this is worth every penny that the video is for. You'll seriously, it won't take you no time. You'll look at the diagram and go, why did those guys at Law Abiding Biker have any trouble with this? It's because we didn't have the diagram and we didn't have exactly which wires go where. And really, when you come down to it, there's only like 6 wires that you deal with.
and you know,
But there's a throttle grip sensor that you got to take. We've never taken this apart, so it was new to us. But I guarantee if I looked all over the internet for a video. There was nothing free. I would have bought a video for a good amount of money to show me how to do this because I didn't want to have to take the time to figure it out ourselves. But we did, and we did it for you, and it's for sale now, guys.
What's most important, as our famous host now understands, for all you hardcore guys that think heated grips are for sissies, why would you buy this video? Because they're not. Because
That's right.
they will save you in a random downpour, or you stay out podcasting till 11:30
Right.
and it's windy. They are well worth it. I've put a lot of miles on a lot of bikes. I went with them for a reason, and now our host has gone with them for a reason.
I had the heated gloves, but they're so bulky, and you got to get them out of your bag. They're just with the heated seat and as much as we ride.
Right.
It's just if you're not gonna ride that much, forget about it.
Yeah, it's
if
not
you're
worth
just
it.
riding to the bar and back or to lunch 30 miles or an hour.
Yeah.
But when you're riding 2,000 miles in 7 days like we are,
Yeah.
to be able to not have to stop every 2 minutes to get new gear. If I get a little cold, and the nice thing about the heated seat, which we're not going to talk about a lot, I'm going to get to it in another podcast, but it heats your core.
It really does.
I always wondered, I'm like, dude, my butt doesn't get cold. It's my core.
But
It actually warms you all the way up. When you
It
get off the
does.
bike, you're still warm in the core.
it's great.
So I get it now. I get it.
Yeah. Thank you.
And the heated grips, again, I can wear summer gloves all year round because my hands are behind the fairing. I turn those things up. I can wear my spring gloves all year round. I never need to put big old bulky winter gloves on. So anyways, enough.
Heated grips are worth it, and the video makes it worth it instead of spending
Yeah.
$500 to have a dealership do it.
Yep. You'll feel very proud too. Let me tell you. I'm telling you guys, I show you everything. It's lawabidingbiker.com/Harley heated grips. And on there, of course, you can look at the video. You can actually look at the intro video. I explain everything. I show you some video shots of what we're dealing with. Even before you purchase it, I show you exactly what tools you need before you purchase it, which is nothing. You guys don't even need a lift for this. All we did, because it was easier, is put it in a wheel chock. But you don't even need to do that. I have a wheel chock that just stands the bike up straight. And that just makes it a little bit easier to work. But honestly, you don't even need a lift for this, guys. You don't need special tools. I can't. Okay, enough said. I can't say enough that once you see this thing, if I would have had this, I would have definitely put a couple years on my life. You can do it. In fact, you don't even have to solder. Matt soldered because we like to do it that way. You do not. The kit comes with crimps, wire connectors, and that's actually the way they tell you to do it. Is just crimp it with these simple little crimpers, and you can do it that way. Matt's just really anal. So, but we don't we just tell you in the video we're soldering it because that's the way we want to do it. But
There's a reason they crimp.
that's what the dealership does. Trust me.
And you know what
The
that reason
dealership is not getting a soldering iron out and soldering your wires. That's
No,
Lurch
but
because he's anal.
But it's not about quality. It's about repair. So when you solder, you have to cut the wires.
You have to do that with crimps too.
If you do it right, you can pull them out.
They're not doing that, dude. There's plenty of wire in there. Trust me.
Yeah, well, it could be, but
With
most
the
crimps, you
dealership
can
will
pull the
just-
wire apart.
Yeah, true. Trust me, the dealership's just snipping wires and restripping, dude. There's plenty to work with in there. Like I say, guys, it's not a hard thing. There's
You want to
not
be a stripper, fine.
right, exactly. But yeah, check it out, guys. lawabidingbiker.com/Harley heated grips. I'm probably more proud of this video than any video I've made because I know how many people it's going to help, and that's the most exciting thing. So yeah, it might not sell real big until winter, but check it out, guys. It's there for you. All right, we are going to straight up get into some emails, guys, and catch up on as many emails as we can. And let's just start here. Why don't you start with this one, Oscar?
This is Johnny Galloway of Sydney, Australia. Quite a bit of ways away. Says, hey guys, just a quick note, say hello from Sydney. I've listened to all your podcasts, which I really enjoy. Funny and informative. Infotaintional, I think. Yeah. Also find the YouTube videos. Infotaining. Also find the YouTube videos very helpful. Ride an 08 Super Glide and try to do as much work on it as possible. As the Harley dealers in Oz are very expensive. We've heard that internationally.
Ireland too.
There's a lot happening in the Australian bike scene at the moment, and I'm happy to keep you guys updated from time to time. If you are interested, keep up the great work. Johnny G.
Johnny G, thank you very much, and we really appreciate the contact, bro. Yeah, and thanks for props on the podcast and all that. I'm really excited you guys are listening to it over there. So yeah, I'm curious if you're listening on this one, Johnny. If you can get back to us, it'd be awesome. Just how much, how expensive. Just give us like a simple oil change, so we can know the difference between over there and here in the United States. It would be very interesting for the listening audience. So there you go. You want to hit the next one, buddy?
John Stevens, U.S. Navy retired, Kenosha, Wisconsin. John, thanks for your service. John says, nice videos. Not only enjoyed your bike maintenance videos, then stumbled across a Colt M4 cleaning video. Random. We like to mix things up a little bit. Stay safe on your bike and in your profession. He's speaking of the AR-15 cleaning video.
And that one I did like a year ago.
Yeah. lawabidingbiker.com/clean my R15. My AR-15.
Clean my AR-15. It's actually been a more popular video, but if you guys don't know, right here in the studio are two certified firearms and state certified firearms instructors. I'm a rifle and a pistol. Are you both, buddy?
Shotgun pistol.
Shotgun and pistol. So there you go. I just thought one day I got back from instructing at the range and I'm like, I'm going to do a video on cleaning my AR because there's a lot of junk out there on YouTube. There's some halfway decent ones, but there's some real junk too with guys like soaking their rifles in oil and crap and doing some weird.
Don't you bake them for a while?
There you bake them, then you put them in the dish. No, dude, there's some people doing some weird crap. I did it per the way that Colt wants you to do it, by the book.
The original M4.
Right, exactly. And so it's a good video. And so there you go, guys. Not just, we us law-abiding bikers love our guns too. And if you want to get over there and see how the way Colt wants it done and how we do it as an instructor, lawabidingbiker.com/clean my AR. Thanks you so much, John Stevens. Thanks for serving in the U.S. Navy, my brother. All right. Here you go. Via a YouTube video. You want to hit this, buddy?
Sure.
You're doing so good.
I can read and stuff.
Yeah.
Walter Durea. Walter also donated. He says,
yes, he did.
Thanks for the video. I've done my 04 Dyna Super Glide before, so I use the video as a refresher when I change.
Well, what he's real quick before you get in much farther.
I was just going there.
Okay, all right, sorry.
Hey,
sorry.
Slow it down a little bit.
You're getting ahead of yourself.
He's up on the caffeine. I was about to say, he's referring to lawabidingbiker.com rear wheel video on removing and reinstalling your rear wheel.
Good.
Wheel. I changed my tires on my new to him, but used 06 Wagon bike.
Go ahead. Sorry.
The bike only has 14,000 miles on it, but the axle was a bear to remove. I soaked with penetrating oil, used an old nut on the left.
Just move along. Move along.
Used an old nut on the left side and had to pound the living daylights out of it. It was a corroded mess. Emery cloth and some elbow grease solved the problem. Reassembled with a good dose of anti-seize. I'll be throwing a few shekels your way for the video.
Very, very nice. Now, he was talking, and I want to throw that out there, guys. On that rear axle, when I do it in that video on the rear wheel, actually, now that I have new video equipment, next time we take off a rear wheel, actually, Oscar, you didn't know this, I have an awesome, awesome camera for taking videos. Now I have studio lighting, all kinds of stuff, microphones, lavalier microphones for your shirt. So but we're actually going to redo every video probably that we did, including the maintenance one. You didn't know this, but when I come over or you come here, I know the one that's have over 1 million views or whatever, or 500,000 views.
We're redoing
I should say, but I'm going to leave that one out too, but I'm going to redo it just because what we've learned in making these videos and what people like, why not even make a better one?
Why not?
And I'm going to put it out for you guys, and it's going to be an awesome maintenance video. So that's a project this summer. I don't know how soon it'll be out, but can
I throw out a product that I use that is awesome?
Yeah. Please do. Is it
Cano.
KY jelly or?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
It's not the best.
We are in kind of an intimate
Spits
setting,
better,
but
spits better.
I don't know what's going on
Go
here. Cano Croil is by far the best stuff I've used for exactly what Walter's talking about.
Anti-seize for the axle?
No, it's actually you get rusted parts, stuff that's seized, mostly rust and heat and that kind of thing. Squirt that stuff in there.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And let it sit for a little bit. I had
just loosens everything up.
Oh man, it's great. I had a Winchester Model 12 that was all seized up from rust, and I hosed it down. I tried all kinds of stuff, and I couldn't get the fore-end nut broken loose. And I used. Someone said, "Hey, all right,
just this is."
I wasn't even going to go there.
Go ahead.
Cano Croil.
I'm listening.
Cano.
But
K-A-N-O.
Seriously, it just breaks everything free.
It is.
But you know what he's talking about? Anti-seize.
Yeah.
He had problems getting out, but I should say, you guys, I didn't in that video. And when I do a new video, I will, just because I want people to know. But I had enough anti-seize grease on my axle when I put it back in that I didn't need to put more. So a couple of people have emailed me. It doesn't hurt, and I should. Just if you're going to take your axle out when you put it back in, if you have a tube of anti-seize grease, just throw it in there. It's not going to hurt to have a little bit too much, because that's going to get you away from problems on what Walter just had here.
If you have a Harley,
did I say that okay?
Yeah, you should have in your shop, if you have a Harley, anti-seize grease and dielectric. Say it, please.
Dielectric
Grease.
Right? Did I say it right? Yeah. Okay. I don't even have that on the notes. I just know what you're talking about.
Right. Those two things are indispensable. You use them both. The dielectric grease on all your electrical fittings, and the anti-seize on the O2 sensors, on the axle, head bolts, all kinds of stuff. That anti-seize grease comes in handy.
Absolutely. And that was just pure. It's not that I forgot. I work on bikes a lot. So I was like, when I took that axle out and I was doing the video, that was my bad. I threw it back in and I didn't say, make sure you have plenty of anti-seize grease. Right. I do. So I'm not going to put any more in. So I apologize for that, guys. But just throw, if you have it, like Oscar says, if you've got it in your shop, you should throw a little extra on there. It'll keep you out of problems. All right. And thank you, awesome, for that email, Walter Durya. All right. Move on to the next one. Buddy, or do you want me to do this one? Actually, let me do this one since it's the boombox.
That's all you.
This is an email. This is an email somebody sent me after purchasing the boombox software update video. Of course, you guys can get that at lawabidingbikers.com/boombox software. Thomas Medeiros of Hawaii. Aloha from Hawaii. Ryan, your video was very helpful. And again, he's talking about the boombox software video. And I learned a lot from it. I will keep you in mind. And on my laptop, I just bought a 2014 Harley-Davidson Tri-Glide trike. I had a 2013 same trike and love it. If you are ever in Hawaii, please let me know. Would like to take you around or ride around the island, have some lunch and dinner. That sounds really awesome, Thomas.
Yeah.
Definitely putting you in the long-term contacts, because when we make our way down that way, we will be hooking up with you, brother. Love to meet you. He says, thanks for all your help. Keep up the good work. Even left his phone number for us. There you go. Cool. He left his phone number. So I'm going to put that in the contacts, and I guarantee one of our trips will be there and we'll hook up with you. All right. So that was about the boombox software. Thanks so much, Thomas, for sending that. You want to hit up the next one? This was after somebody, I'll set this up, but this was after somebody purchased the Harley maintenance video, which is my for sale video. Now we have the free one, guys, at lawabidingbiker.com/maintenance. That's the YouTube one that gets all the hits. I also have one for sale that is even more detailed that I did after that one. And that's /2014 Hardy Maintenance. And it's not just about 2014 models. It can be used for any model, but it goes into even more detail about your belt and safety inspections and much more into the brakes and different things like that. So Tom Carter says what there, Oscar? Tom Carter says, we don't know where he's from because it was just an email after purchasing.
He says, "Hi, Ryan. The video is great and very complete. My only question is how to check the primary oil level. I've enjoyed your videos in the past, and this is the first one I've purchased, and I'm glad I did. I've done my own service and was never quite sure I did things right. Now I am. Your video was one, if not the best how-to video I've seen. Great detail, very good picture.
Wow. Thank you, Tom Carter.
The best. It's mostly because you're actors that you hire.
Actually, in this video, it's just me.
Oh.
So thank you very much.
I thought you were talking about the one I was in.
No, this is the Hardy Maintenance 2014, and I did this video by myself, and I'm actually going to do it over with my new camera and lighting because I'm just anal that way. I wanted, everybody that's purchased so far will get the brand new one.
You must have used your good-looking stunt double.
Maybe, probably I was bent over a lot.
Oh, wow. Nothing like a little oil change butt crack.
That's my better side. You want to answer that, buddy, about primary oil and how to check it? We, of course, go over it in the video. Actually, we don't go over how to check it. We go how to refill it. But you want to talk about that?
You can check it if you really want to. Should be at the bottom of the clutch.
The clutch plate.
The clutch plate. You can see. You just take a flashlight.
Because imagine this is you. Now, we're in a podcast studio, so it's a very non-visual, but we can make it visual. So how would you explain this to somebody over the phone? Think of that.
When you take the derby cover off, the clutch inspection cover off.
That's the big round. Yep.
On the left side of the bike.
We show you how to do that in the maintenance video.
Your clutch is right there. I mean, that's your clutch.
Big round. Yep. Metal ring that goes around it.
Yeah, it's the only thing you can see when you take the clutch inspection cover off. If you look below the clutch or the clutch plate, you should be able to see the oil
to the top of that, right? That's what the book says.
My 06 and the 13, I get confused. I think the 06 was at the bottom of the clutch.
Either way,
it's good.
Yeah.
If it's
touching it,
there's unlike engine oil where you get some burn off and some blow by and stuff in the primary and the transmission. That unless you have a serious problem, there's nowhere for the fluids to go, and they don't burn off, and they don't evaporate, and they don't go anywhere. So if you put in exactly what the book says, and that's what I do. I put in what the book says. I put the screws back, the cover back on. I put the screws in, and I don't check it because there's really no reason to. I guess
unless you know you're leaking. Now, before a trip, we check our engine oil.
Right.
We check our transmission because they've got dipsticks.
Right.
But as long as you're not leaking,
if it's not leaking out, and unlike the engine oil, which can sump into the transmission, there's nowhere for the primary oil to go
except on the ground, right?
On the ground. So if it's not leaking, it's not going anywhere. So if you put is the 14 38 ounces?
I can't remember. I think so. It's just a little over a quart.
Yeah,
maybe.
It's 1.4 quarts. On my 13, it's 1.4 quarts,
True.
38 ounces. So if you dump 38 ounces in, there's nothing else to do. There's really no reason to check it because it's not going anywhere unless it goes on the ground, and then you have a problem.
Right. But if you do want to check it, very simple. Take off that clutch inspection cover and just look down in there you'll need a little flashlight. Look down in there as long as the oil's above the bottom of that round clutch plate, somewhere in between the bottom and the top of that little clutch plate. It takes up the whole thing. You're golden. Yep. With a bike level. Make sure you level the bike. But that's it. There you go. And thanks for sending in that email, Tom Carter. Hopefully, we answered your question. Ooh, what do we got here? Why don't you, this is very important, apparently, because I said it's very important on the notes from Ron. Hool?
I was going to say Hool, but I think this is a good one for you, dude.
Okay. From Ron Houle, Houle of Apple Valley, Minnesota. He purchased a ride planner video. And if you guys want to get that, very popular video, lawabidingbiker.com/ride planner. Everything you need to know, how to plan your ride using Harley-Davidson Ride Planner, how to upload it into your GPS system, get it from there, get it back, delete, everything you need to know. He says, enjoyed your video on the 2014 Boombox and Harley-Davidson Trip Planner. So he's purchased both. Cool. He says, I have had limited access with the Ride Planner boombox. It has transferred from the memory stick to the boombox. So what he's saying is, guys, he downloaded it from his computer and moved it to his boombox on his bike via a memory stick or thumb drive. But the route doesn't always work. Maybe it's the preferences setup. New problem. I'm getting an error message when trying to import trip planner file. Quote, it says, import fail, could not query nav database. Any suggestions, he asked. All right, so I went back and forth with him. I had not heard of this problem, guys, but without my help, Ron, although I tried to be as helpful as I could, because I just had not seen this problem and I couldn't recreate it. Anyways, he followed up with an email, and thank you for letting me know, Ron. You guys that figure these problems out, please let me know so I can get them out to the law-abiding biker community on your behalf. But he said he called customer service at Harley. They had him do a master reset, and it fixed the problem. So guys, a couple ways to do a master reset. Get into your boombox, go to your settings, find master reset. It resets your system. It's like rebooting a computer. It's basically like restarting your computer, and that fixed it. If you're ever having error messages, just do a master reset. And the other way you can do it is if you ever unhook your battery, positive, cable on your battery. That's another way to reset it. But the boombox does have the master reset built in. There you go. That's the way to fix it, just like you would fix your PC. Of course, you don't have to do that with Apple products. My Mac, I don't, but PCs, you got to do like 10 times a day, especially the ones I use at work. But here in the Law Abiding Biker Studio, we have Mac and we don't have to deal with that. So there you go. Apparently, you can reboot the boombox system. All right. You want to
reboot the boom. This is a good one. See, this is your stuff.
Okay, there you go.
This is your stuff.
Let me roll through this. So talking about Ride Planner video, lawabidingbiker.com/Ride Planner. David of Haddon Heights, New York. New York. What up, what up? Hey, Ryan, he says, how many stops or waypoints, additional destinations can you set up for a trip? Some systems allow up to 10. Also, can you import trips from Google Maps or MapQuest? Let me answer that question, David of Haddon Heights, New York. And I've answered this multiple times from guys that bought the video. You can only set up, it's just a computer, guys, the boombox. So it's going to have a memory limit. I don't know what that memory limit is, but depending on your trip and how many waypoints, it sounds like around 10 to 15 via different emails I've got. So yeah, it's got a memory limit. You're going to only be able to set up so many rides in that system, and it's going to limit you because it doesn't want to use all the memory. So there you go. Delete your old stuff out of there. Out with the old, in with the new.
You know what? Part of the junk in my trunk is a paper map. It never resets.
Right.
It's always there.
Although while you're on the side of the road, standing in the rain, with your wet, torn paper map.
No. Where did we go? Where did we go? And we ended up like, where do we go? I'm like, we need to go I-84 West.
That wasn't because of your map, though.
Dude, that was because of the map in my head.
Yeah, right.
I knew where we need, and you're like, no. Anyway.
True. Yeah. I did enter the wrong city. That was operator error.
We were going to Pennsylvania.
So, anyways, guys, no, it's got memory. It's a computer. Limit how much you have in there. I don't set the limits. That's just the way it is. No, you cannot import Google Maps or MapQuest or anything like that. It's proprietary. You can only import Ride Planner maps. All right, done with that. Why don't you do this one? You can do this. Oh,
this is your stuff.
All right, there we go.
Yeah, it's your stuff.
All right, from Greg Gaxiola, longtime supporter of the show. And he says, followed the simple instructions for my iPad installation for the free Podcast Box app. There you go, guys. It's the Law Abiding Biker app. I've already told you how to get that. lawabidingbiker.com/app. You can get it for Android or iPhone or Windows. He says he followed the instructions, free Podcast Box app. Of course, on the iTunes side, you get that free Podcast Box app. And then inside that, you get the Law Abiding Biker podcast app. He searched for Law Abiding Biker, click the in-app purchase for $2.99. Oh, it is $2.99. Okay, there you go, guys. And it works great. I like it way better than the Stitcher Radio or iTunes because it truly customized to the Lab podcast content, and the show description. The notes are automatically displayed with a professional-looking background. It is very detailed, can be read while the podcast is being played. Wow. Thanks for making this available. I just got to give Greg right there. He said that very well. Thanks, Greg, for sending that in. There you go, guys. That's your reason right there from a listener. I didn't tell him to say that. He said that. Get the app. It's very, very worth your time. Why don't you go? Yeah, you can definitely do this one, brother. This ain't me. This is you all the way.
I don't know about that. This is from Devin Orr, Fort Bragg, North Carolina. Devin references episodes number 38, belt final drive versus chain final drive. Your podcast for the belt drive versus chain drive is very informative. Really appreciate that. I have another question. Can you, or have you done one that covers the chain drive or open belt primary drive? What are the differences? What are the pros and cons? I'm thinking about installing a 3.35 inch open belt primary drive street style for Harley Davidson from Demon Cycles. SKU open primary 58730 made by Ultima. I posted the link below. I own a 2005 Harley Davidson Night Train. I thought about doing this for a while, but I'm concerned that once I install one, I'm not going to like it.
All right. There you go. And he sent me a link, and let me pull this up for you here. If you look at your screen there, Oscar, he's looking at this Demon Cycle. He's looking at this 3.35 inch open belt primary drive street style for Harley Davidson. You seeing it there?
Oh, yeah.
That's the one he's looking at. Let me see if I can zoom it a little bit for you. Guess that doesn't do much.
Good.
But look at this.
Much better.
Oh my
I
God.
like the belt on that drive.
Okay. Next to this belt drive, guys, are two ladies. One is bent over with a bikini on.
Nippers.
That's the money position right there.
That is
just
definitely saying. Open for business.
You see where my mouse is?
Oh.
Okay, enough of that. This is getting freaking ridiculous.
Way off.
All right. So that was a nice picture.
It was. I'm not saying.
Not that I look at a lot of bikinis, but that was a teeny bikini.
It was. Yeah.
Good job, Demon Cycles. I don't even know who you are.
They use like 3 threads.
I'm not even promoting them, but anyways, apparently they sell these belt drives. So, I'm going to give my 2 cents, and then you. Why don't you go first on this one, and I'll probably just agree with you.
The experiences I have with the whole open belt is mostly show bike, cool. I guess if you were doing something really high horsepower, but the chain drive that's the open. Why do cross country bikes and Harley Davidson bikes and every other bike that is actually for riding not use open primaries? Because you get your pant legs caught in there,
and they're not reliable.
Well,
like a closed bath type, they just aren't. They don't go as long.
Yeah, I don't understand why they would do that. I mean, even like the race bikes don't use them. The sport bikes, no one uses them.
They're for looks.
It's a show bike,
and they're cool looking.
They
don't
are
get me wrong.
Yeah, but you see them on some of these, $70,000 choppers, OCC stuff. Even OCC didn't use a lot of them,
right?
They're mostly for looks. If you ride a night train, which is a cool bike, I don't know if you ride that thousands of miles. So maybe on your night train, if you're really going for some, really cool look, it'd be for you. But like on a touring bike or something,
depends.
Even some of the soft tails, I don't know if it's real functional, especially on a long trip, and especially because if it breaks, it's fairly proprietary. So you're not going to pull into, any bike shop or any Harley dealership and get that fixed. You're going to have to order the kit or order the belt that comes with that specific drive to get it fixed. So you're going to be stuck on the road. Now, if you're riding around town or whatever, it's not as big of a deal. Cool. But they're more show, less practical.
I agree. I won't say anything more except, it just, it just depends. Pete Becker, did I say that? Of Austin, Texas? Oh, no, sorry, that's the next one. Sorry.
Nope, Devin Orr,
Fort Bragg, North Carolina. Sorry. Devin, bottom line is, and I emailed him back, bottom line is, it depends what kind of riding you do and what kind of bike you have.
Sure.
Just like Oscar said.
He's riding a night train.
Right, yeah. But is he riding it far or is he riding it short? If you're going on a 7-day trip, I would stay away from it.
Right.
If you're riding just, an hour here, an hour there, and you're showing your bike a lot, go for it. It's awesome looking, bro.
Oh, they look cool.
They look cool as hell.
They really do.
But I would never have one on my street glide. There's conversion kits, but I never would because I ride very, very far and in all different weather conditions. And
right.
And mine is the closed is very known to last for a ton of miles and been tried and tested. All right. Anything else on that?
Nope.
Okay. Why don't you do this, Pete Becker of Austin, Texas? This is reference the VNH
Reference the Lab YouTube video, Vance and Hines, twin/rounds
at
lawabidingbiker.com / wait, www.
There you go. Yeah.
lawabidingbiker.com / twin/rounds.
That was the free video I did. Vance and Hines is selling an ass. They are. You know how many I've had a ton of emails on guys saying, already bought. Even on the YouTube, the free video, they're like, bought them after this video.
They
I'm
sound.
Like,
they
I don't know
sound
why they don't. Dude, I did that video was a good video. I don't. Vance and Hines.
They should sponsor the
And I've
show.
talked to Vance and Hines, but they haven't called me back. And I've actually talked to so Vance and Hines, step up. You're selling pipes because of law-abiding biker. All right, go ahead.
Hey, and Pete says he read the review and bought a set on his own. He commented that the review was spot on. And that's, you watch reviews and videos on YouTube of exhaust. It's not the same. He liked this one, said it was exactly what he was looking for. And the review itself was accurate, which is hard to find sometimes. Because when people talk about exhaust and how they sound and what they do, opinions are subjective. So
I did that comparison on that video where you got to wear headphones.
Right.
But I really tried to capture that, wear headphones, and I would go from one frame for a couple seconds on the stock and then to another frame with the new ones. And so you really do get to hear the difference. So go ahead.
Yeah. And Pete writes, thanks so much for taking the time to do the video review.
All right. Thanks there, Pete Becker, for emailing in. Really appreciate it. And I hope you're happy. I know you will be. Excuse me, with those Vance and Hines twin/rounds. Go.
Oh my. Greg Anderson, Englewood, Ohio. Ryan, appreciate your direct and honest approach to teaching us motorcyclists how to do routine maintenance on our bikes. You give me the confidence to do it first of all and saves me money to boot. Could you answer a few questions I have about changing the oil in my 2011 HD Superglide Custom? The first, what are your thoughts about using Mobile One motor oil?
This is all you. Oh, yeah.
Fellow HD owner says it allows his bike to run 10 degrees cooler. If Mobile One's okay in your estimation, what grade of Mobile One would we recommend? In the video I watched, your friend used a torque wrench to tighten the screws on the derby cover. What brand of torque wrench was that? Any recommendations on as to what wrench to buy? Did it use quarter-inch drive? Would you like to have both? He's saying, I would like to have both inch-pounds and Newton-meter scales on. Oh, no. Would you like to have both inch-pounds and Newton-meter scales on the wrench? Would you prefer a wrench that once it reaches the torque setting and clicks, that it no longer can tighten, i.e. turns freely after that, or does it matter?
I am not saying a word. I emailed him back, but dude, this is all you. You can answer every single one of these.
Well, I can.
Mm-hmm. Why don't you start with one? One, what are your thoughts about using Mobile One motor oil? Answer that.
Mobile One is a good motorcycle oil. A lot of people, a lot of the blogs I read love Mobile One. They love it for the motor oil and the transmission. I'm an AMSOIL dealer. Not only am I an AMSOIL dealer, I've been using AMSOIL forever. I have not yet, and I have pondered doing this, and I just read an article a guy wrote, and I don't remember the website, where he actually rode and stuck a thermometer into the oil tank and measured.
Did you stop there?
What's that?
Stuck a thermometer where?
Into your oil tank.
All right.
Trying to keep it clean. He claims that AMSOIL actually was 12 degrees cooler than, he didn't test Mobile, he just tested the Harley Sin 3. I guess what I'm telling you is the AMSOIL supports extended drain intervals with their filter. Mobile One doesn't do that. So that's up to you. As far as running a little bit cooler, it's an air-cooled bike. A few degrees will help. I go with AMSOIL because they offer the extended drain intervals twice the manufacturer's recommendation, or 1 year if you use their filter. With Mobile One, you're stuck using something else, either a Harley filter, K&N. You could use an AMSOIL filter. So Mobile One's a good oil. Nothing wrong with it.
If you go to lawabidingbiker.com /26, episode 26, if you're in iTunes or anything like that, we did a complete episode. Me and Oscar.
We covered that pretty extensively.
We did. And there's a blog there. And Mobile One oil is the alternate to Harley Davidson synthetic oil, right?
Right.
The mobile one, we talk about all in that blog.
Right.
But yeah, there's a mobile one. You can either get the Harley synthetic mobile one or you can go AMSoil.
Yeah.
But so there you go.
There you go. Torque wrench.
Let's do in the video. Your friend uses it. Yeah, torque wrench. Good.
Uses a torque wrench. I have I actually don't use a torque wrench on my derby cover. I use a ratcheting screwdriver and I just go hand tight.
Although we do suggest using a torque wrench because we do in the video.
And and
it's better.
It is because you can.
Those are easily stripped.
They are, and you can torque it to Harley specs, which in the end is what it's designed for. And the Harley engineers have.
But we use a torque wrench on your clutch, adjusting your clutch. So everybody needs one.
Yeah.
So
and I
go with what you have and what you like.
Right, and it doesn't matter. I have a couple. I actually bought a little expensive foot-pounds, Newton meters. Every torque wrench I have comes with foot-pounds and Newton meters, but you don't get...
Or inch pounds. Mine's an inch pounds.
I have two. I have a foot-pound.
Right.
Is it foot-pounds, Newton meters, or inch pounds?
It's inch pounds and Newton meters.
Okay, so I have
because that's mine.
I have foot-pounds, and I have one in inch pounds. On the Harley bikes, you're going to find they mix. So, like the... when we did the clutch adjustment, it was actually 72 to 120 inch pounds. But on other parts of the bike, they talk about foot pounds. So you're probably going to need both. There's a conversion for it. We were just talking about
I'd buy both, but yeah, there's a conversion that you can convert from inch pounds to foot pounds and vice versa. But it's a pain.
For less than $150, you can get a nice inch pound Craftsman, whatever, or you can get for less than $150, you can get two torque wrenches, one in inch pounds, one in foot pounds. And so that's a pretty good price.
And Craftsman at Sears, that's what I have. Works fine.
Yep, my inch pound's a Craftsman. My other one's something from a different company, but it's fine. I use the one that clicks. Actually, my inch pound one doesn't click; it stops. And I don't know. It doesn't.
That's mine too.
It doesn't seem to matter.
It's manual, clicks and stops. No digital meters. I don't need that stuff.
Yeah, I don't think it matters. It doesn't matter to me. I know how to use both of them. So,
all the mechanics that I see just use the regular click ones like
they
we
use
have.
Yeah. Yep, they use the click one. And most torque wrenches are going to be 3/8 or ½ inch. I've never seen one that's quarter.
And your reference is question: did it use a 1/4 inch drive?
Sorry. Yeah,
right.
I've never seen one with you can get ratcheting torque screwdrivers, but they're actually kind of expensive, and they'll be 1/4 inch drive.
Right.
But I've never seen a torque wrench in less than 3/8.
Yeah, your normal, Greg, your normal torque wrench will come in pretty standard 3/8, which is what mine is. Yeah, 1/4 inch for inch pounds. That's confusing, but mostly, right, Oscar?
Yeah.
Mine's a 3/8 inch drive. So
I have a 3/8
and a half, right?
Yeah.
So there you go. What's his next question?
That was it. We covered it.
All right, there you go.
Wait.
Oh, good. Go
what
ahead.
grade of mobile on? It's funny because when I got my service manual, I was looking this up, and so Harley's, in general, you're going to go with the 2050.
Mm-hmm.
If you're in Alaska in the 6 months of winter, you're going to be that guy that switches weights. Because Harley actually under 40, Harley recommends a 1040. So if you're riding mostly in 50, 45, 40 degree temperatures and less, Harley actually recommends the 1040. And I noticed my bike actually burns a little bit of oil when it's colder. And the Harley, my service manual says when you ride in colder weather, in freezing temperatures, to change the oil every 1,500 miles.
Oh, geez.
And I probably don't have enough time to cover the whole thing. I read all about it. Anyway, generally, in most parts of the continental U.S., you're going to use a 2050, and you're going to be fine. I've ridden down as low as 25 with my 2050. What is important?
Yeah, I ride in 10 degrees around here sometimes, and I don't change mine.
What's really important if you're going to ride in super cold weather with the 2050 is you give it like ample time to warm up. So don't start it.
Especially if it's parked outside, it's going to start really heavy.
It's going to start slow. It's going to be tough to start. Let it warm up. And when I ride like that, even though my bike's in a controlled temperature garage, I let my bike run for like 4 or 5 minutes before I actually get out on the road and start riding.
In that cold weather.
With the 2050.
Okay, right.
If you're using the 1040, it's lighter oil. It'll flow faster at lower temperatures, so you're fine. But the 2050, for the most part, almost anywhere is going to be fine. In the colder weather, just let it warm up at idle for a little bit longer, like 4, 5, 6 minutes.
Awesome.
I think that covered it.
It did. Very good. Thanks, Greg Anderson of Englewood, Ohio, for sending that email in. All right, what do we got here? William Weisspfennig. That's terrible.
Weisspfennig.
I'm not even going to spell that for you guys. He knows. All right, sorry, brother. Of Punta Gorda, Florida. Did he? Is that?
Yeah, you got it.
Punta?
Punta.
All right, Punta Gorda, Florida. Oh, Gunfighters, VP. First Gulf chapter, the Gunfighters Motorcycle Club. So, like I said, these are a bunch of emails that have been stacking up, so I just drug them into the notes. I haven't even read these, so that's why I'm a little surprised. Okay, cool. Gunfighters VP, First Gulf Chapter, Florida. First off, I love the program that I happened to stumble upon a couple of months ago, so keep up the good work. Ryan, I'm in a LAMC, Law Enforcement Motorcycle Club, called the Gunfighters in Florida, and I'm the VP of the First Gulf Chapter. I was looking through past podcasts, trying to remember what program your club uses to communicate with on your smartphone. I remember you were stating it was easy way to communicate with everyone in the chapter. Our chapter is looking for a better / easier way to communicate with each other. If you could send me the information, name of the app, that would be great. Respectful Weesas. Gunfighters VP, First Gulf Chapter, Florida. William, thank you, buddy, for emailing us the name of the app that we use, and we still use it I even forget what episode we talked about that on, but we did do a full review of it.
Long time ago,
but it is the Group Me app. Group Me, all one word, and it is available on Android. It is available on Apple, on the iPhone. It is a free app still, and I don't understand why. They do have some commercials at the bottom once in a while, but it's awesome, and it's actually got completely better. You can do so much more with it, but let me tell you, you can set up multiple groups on it, so you can have a gunfighters officers, in your club. In that case, you could have a gunfighters club, and particular, you can have as many. I have one for my family, immediate family, one for extended family. You can set up as many groups as you want. It's all private. Everybody sees the conversation. It's free. It's awesome. It's never failed us. It's never shut down. It's never locks up. It just freaking works.
And what the best
I would buy it. I don't know why it's still free. I would literally pay for it, but go ahead.
What the best part of Group Me is, William, actually, is when you are sleeping at night and your buddies are working night shift and then blowing up Group Me and your phone's going off all night. That's my favorite part, really.
Right.
Some of you guys have too much free time. No, it is. I love Group Me. Right. I really do. I think it's awesome because we just send out one message and everyone gets it. Hey, oil change on the 6th. Who's coming? Blah,
it's a whole private chat group, and it's really instant, and it's free. It doesn't take away from your text package, which I'm unlimited, but still.
Yeah, it's worth it. But shut it off at night.
And or
during the day.
With the iPhone, I put my iPhone on Do Not Disturb anyways, the main setting, so I don't get any texts, any calls, except for people that are my list, so to speak. Yes, Oscar, you're in there.
Dude,
if you're wondering.
I was
only for club business or your old ladies in there.
Dude, didn't we cover this? Was that last?
Yep. All right.
So the insurance is what we're talking
right. So there you go, guys. Group Me app, and awesome, William. Thank you so much for emailing in. Here we go. Last one, I think, for this episode. We're at a minute 12, and but I really wanted to get these guys because I feel like I really do. Yeah. I appreciate you guys emailing in, and I feel like we get going sometimes on episodes, and then I don't get to it, and it just makes me feel terrible because I'm so glad that you're involved. So here we go. Let's do this and wrap it up. You go ahead.
This is from this is Dan from Toledo, Ohio. What's up, Lab? I'm a new writer and a new listener to the podcast, and I'm digging the shows. Last year, I picked up a Shadow Ace 1100 and find it hard to stay off of it. Good for you, Dan. That's what I'm talking about. So here's my question. Besides writing, my second favorite thing to do is go to the shooting range. I love shooting and carrying legally my Gen 3 Glock 19. What's your opinion on concealed carry? And if you're into guns, which we are, what do you carry? What's your favorite guns? I guess I should say I'm talking mainly handguns. Thanks a lot for the podcast and keep them coming.
There you go. You got any, what do you say?
What an ironic email for two firearms instructors in the room.
I know, dude. I know. There you go. Go ahead.
My favorite gun thus far, my carry gun, Smith & Wesson Model 60 3-inch barrel. It's it. Front night sight. Does everything I need it to do.
Do you play that song when you put it in your holster?
Sometimes I whisper sweet nothings in its cylinder.
All right, dude. I don't know what my favorite.
It is a revolver, so
right.
Some people don't like those, but I do.
All right. I like lots of guns, but I love my Glock 45 caliber. That's what I carry most of the time, locked and loaded. But yeah, if you go back to, I have a lot of other guns in that, but that seems to me what I carry most of the time. If you go, of course, we support Law Abiding Biker podcast and media, absolutely support the Second Amendment and your right to bear firearms. We heavily support that for Law Abiding Biker clubs and citizens. And you'll see that through our podcast episodes. And in fact, I just did a interview with a Second Amendment motorcycle club. You can get that at lawabidingbiker.com /2 AMC, if I remember right. Second Amendment Motorcycle Club. And we talk about that, and they're all about that too. And so absolutely, we think all law-abiding biker riders, clubs should carry if they choose to. And it is your right. And God bless America.
And you know what? On the Gen 3 Glock 19s, actually all Glocks, one of my favorite things about the Glocks is after dinner, like spaghetti. Spaghetti's a great dinner. You clean it up or whatever. You can take the slide right off the top of that. You know, you pull the trigger group out. You just chuck that thing right in the dishwasher.
You're a dishwasher guy.
Tupperware, Glock frame. They should sell those together. Now, see, I'm a SIG guy, so, you know, metal. I'm a metal guy. I like metal things.
Right.
But, you know, whatever.
We do not put our guns in dishwashers.
That's not an authorized Glock method.
At least you didn't switch to the Smith & Wesson M&P like everybody else. That two Glock guys left, and they're making now copying Glock. But that's cool. That's why the Smith & Wesson M&P is so good, because it's pretty much a Glock. I've been to armor school on it, dude.
I've been to the armor school. It's a Glock.
It's a Glock.
Except you need a hammer to armor strip it.
Right.
Why would you need a
That's
hammer?
what I'm saying.
That's ridiculous.
It is ridiculous.
Yeah, but it's called patent protection.
Yeah. Because we want to be just a little bit different than Glock.
Right.
Exactly. No. All right, dude, you got anything else? We're at about an hour 15. If you don't got anything else,
I'm good, dude.
I'm going to wrap it, dude. Thanks for sticking with us, guys.
Thanks for listening.
Absolutely. We really wanted to get some of those emails, guys, because I don't want to dog you. And sometimes the other episodes, we just freaking get going on other stuff. So there you go. Keep sending them in. If you guys want to email, don't forget, you can just lawabidingbiker.com /email/contact. Of course, /contact, you can leave us a voicemail right from your computer microphone. You can email us there with the contact form. Of course, we have a phone number, guys, and voicemails only. I'm going to be throwing out some free t-shirts to you guys for leaving voicemails that we use on the podcast. So you can leave it via, the computer, or call 509-731-3548. Of course, call to action. Get that app, guys. lawabidingbiker.com /app. It'll tell you how to get it for your Android or your iPhone, Apple product. It's a great app, and you can call us right from in that. Of course, guys, lawabidingbiker.com /donate if you want to donate. It's all going back into the show, guys, back into equipment to make better videos for you. Biggest deal is my Patreon page, guys. If you can get on over to lawabidingbiker.com /Patreon, you only need to donate a very small amount per piece of content we put out. You can set a cap on it. There's no risk. It explains it there. It's so simple. All right, guys. It's been awesome. Oh, getting that email club, huh? What do you think about that, Oscar? Getting the email club, yeah?
That's what I'm talking about.
That's right, lawabidingbiker.com /email club. I have that wrong. I better put that in there. That will get you in the free email club, guys. You get everything early. You get coupon codes and so forth. All right, guys. Rate us on iTunes and Stitcher Radio. You guys are awesome. Summer is up on us. Get out there and freaking ride, huh? What are you waiting for?
Turn the throttle.
Keep the rubber side down.
Shiny side up.
Thanks, Oscar, for being here, brother.
Thanks for having me.
Really appreciate it.